Open. Yeah.
What everything is being spent on, because that's where my
You thought it was too much
I don't
competition?
think I can. No.
It was research, which teaches you basically how to rate.
Social and the service aspect of the club, right? So are they like
bit longer, and they're in mainstream.
Started working with him, doing his strength.
Hello everybody, welcome to Panther Pod. I'm here with my co-host Giselle, Dulce, and Maricela. And today we have our special guest, Donnie.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. Welcome, Donnie. We have a few questions for you.
What's those? Who wants to ask the first question?
I'll go first. I wanted to know, like, what inspired you, like, to create music? Like, when did you know you wanted to start making music?
Yeah, I think it was like around 2010. I think I was in my junior year right there at Jordan, and I just started here. What really got me? I don't know. I remember I was in a math class though, and I just started writing on my little BlackBerry. We used to have Blackberries. That's right back then. I don't know if y'all remember, but there's a BlackBerry phone with a little scroll on it and stuff like that. But however, like I just started writing on it. I was listening to some instrumentals on my iPad, on my iPod. It was different then, but yeah. So we just started writing. I just started writing on it, and I showed one of the homies. I rapped for him real quick. It was. I rapped for him real quick, and I think it was. Obviously it was like weak, at the time, but like he kind of gassed me up a little bit. He was like, "Oh yeah, this is hard. This is tight," and so I just kept going, and so thankfully he encouraged me.
Did you have complete support from the start, or?
Well, yeah, just from like a close circle, like just from like the people that like I would show, like, oh look, I could rap a little bit or whatever, like they'll support me and stuff like that. Even though it was like, I'm pretty sure if I hear it or listen to it now, it'd probably be, it sounds funny or something, it'd be like, yo, what the hell? But yeah, they were supporting. I had a couple people supporting me and stuff, and like showing me love, and I think that's what kind of kept me going.
Which artist would you say had the biggest impact in you growing your career?
Oh man, I think the artist that had the biggest impact. So like in high school, I was listening to a lot of Wu-Tang. I was listening to a lot of Wu-Tang Clan stuff, and so like Method Man, he's a member off of that. For that thing. With the what? Did y'all ask me something?
Said with the hate. How'd you do with the hate?
Oh no. Well, I wasn't really getting any hate. Nothing like like at the time, like no one was really, at least not in person.
Yeah.
Like not in person. Like.
How did you do with all the hate?
I think she's lagging.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is it lagging? That's
your audio's coming back late.
Mine is, or whose is?
Marcella's.
Oh, I see. No, but anyways though, so to answer your question though, yeah, like, I wasn't getting much hate, like I hear a couple things, like here and there, but not like in person. 9 times out of 10 people won't even say it in person.
Mine is lagging.
Yeah, you're lagging.
I have a question. Do you still talk to the people that supported you back then? Or
yeah, I do it. Yeah, I definitely do. Actually, I have one of my best friends who's still one of my best friends to this day. I was in art class with him in high school. I think it was Mr. DeGrief's art class. I don't know if he still teaches or whatever, but
Yeah, he does.
Okay, yeah. So we were in art class together, and we were drawing and stuff like that. And he was always supporting me from the beginning, completely supporting me. And now he moved to New York. He's in culinary arts, and he still does art, and he still does, aside from like being a chef, he still draws and stuff like that. And like he's still, still my best friend. So like I'll sometimes go out and visit him in New York, which is pretty dope, actually. Come to think of it, but. Yeah, so I still like keep in contact with certain people that supported me back then, for sure.
When did you write your first song?
I think it was 2011. 2011. I used to be on one of the homies' laptop. It was like a Mac. It was an old Mac, and yeah, I recorded one of my first songs, and actually it was like a love song. I ain't even gonna lie.
What was the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, it was a girl at the time. I was seeing some. Well, I was like, like trying, like me and this girl were going back and forth. So, I was inspired by that.
So we were listening to No Sleep earlier. We were watching the music video. I wanted to ask, what is that song about?
No Sleep is just kind of like a song of like me kind of being restless and like just so focused on making music and like trying to like so focused on my craft that like it keeps me up at night, it keeps me from sleeping. Not all the time, of course, y'all. I get my sleep and stuff here and there, but like yeah, it's just one of those songs where it's just like, man, like sometimes you have something that you love to do, or like you're working so hard for, and like you just you stay up working on it till you feel like it's like good, and so that's kind of what the song is about.
I read an article where it said their music goes mostly to towards fighting depression, anxiety, and other like battles. What is a suggestion you have for teens like to cope with all that?
Oh man,
or like getting through it?
That's tough. Man, that's a tough question. I could say what kind of helped me, like in high school and stuff like that. I would listen to a lot of Kid Cudi, and like a lot of his music. He talks about stuff like that too, and he kind of makes you feel like you're not alone in certain aspects. So I think, I don't know, just like having someone there, or like reaching out to someone, whether it be through music or through like like in a physical form, like someone or whatever. I think that's the most important part. You know what I'm saying? Because oftentimes I felt like when I was going through it, I'd feel alone, and by me kind of reaching out to like Kid Cudi's music, let's say, that kind of made me feel like, oh, okay, it's a lot of people, that kind of go through these like ups and downs and that deal with anxiety too and stuff like that, So I think, I don't know, reach out or something like that, it's not a lonely thing. So, yeah.
Which song of yours really like left a mark in your career?
For myself, or like, what do you mean? Like one of my favorite.
One of your songs that did really good and like made you reach a bigger audience.
Oh, I see. Which one? I don't know. It might be the No Sleep. That one kind of broadened my audience in LA, at least. Like I feel like more people in LA was like, oh, okay, I see. Like I got more people reaching out to me because of that song, because of the No Sleep in that video and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I think it was because, I kind of incorporated like the whole, like, my cultural background and stuff like that. And, people from LA, like they love that stuff. So I was like, all right, that's tight. That's cool. I think it might be that one. Who knows?
Yeah, there was something you said before, and I wanted to ask, would you say that your lyrics are impacted by like your high school experiences?
Yeah, some of them for sure. Actually, like, I don't know, like probably like 75% of them, like high school experiences, definitely. Like not even just it being in high school though, like being outside of high school, but like around that age though, yeah, they're impacted by those experiences for sure. So I don't know. You can hear it too, huh?
Are some of them?
You said what?
What would you say are some of them?
What could I say? Dang, I can't even think of them off the top of my head. So like some of like the stories that like I tell in the songs and stuff like that. Some of them happened during high school. But like not at high school, but they would happen during high school. And then some of like, you know, some of the heartbreak or whatever, you know, like happened during high school as well. You know, not all of it, but like, yeah, just so it's just like different little things that I grabbed from that experience. Like, because I mean, high school is obviously like around your age, it's like a whole lot of emotions, a lot. It's like an emotional roller coaster, you know, being in high school and stuff like that. So like, yeah, you know, I kind of reflect back onto those times.
I wanted to ask, since you've been like an artist like during high school, did all your teachers support you like while you were going through?
Going through whatever I was going through. Well, I don't know. I mean, I had some teachers that were cool. I had some teachers that, you know, I just didn't talk to as much. You know, that's the thing though. Like, I was only like, I'd probably only open up, or not completely open up, but like just talk to a few teachers because I felt like they kind of understood. You know what I mean? Like they were a lot cooler and easier to approach as well. Some other teachers were more strict, so I don't know. But I never talked to any teacher about like, you know, like if I was depressed or like sad and anything like that. I mean, 9 times out of 10, we don't really do that. You know, that's not. It's like I
About
don't know why, but
like your like you know, like telling them like, oh, I want to do this like in the future. They all like supportive of
yeah, like I probably only spoke to like one or two, but I never spoke about music to them, you know, like I only told them like, oh, okay, you know, I might go to college, I might do this, you know, like what do you think? And they're pretty supportive about those type of you know, aspects of my life, which was like Mr. Skidmore, or like, you know, he was pretty cool and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. They at the end of the day, I didn't really tell anybody about music. Like, I didn't really tell adults about music because I already know how, you know, the adults are kind of, you know, they're like, oh, you should get into something different. They'll tell you something, you know, like they'll try to be more realistic, quote on, quote out, and stuff like that, you know, like, so it's difficult to tell them something like that. But regardless, though, I still, you know, I still did this. I still pursued kind of what I wanted to, you know, what I wanted to do at the end of the day, you know.
Do you have any unreleased music coming soon?
Yeah, I have a couple of records and a couple of videos actually coming out soon. Hopefully, I could, if everything goes well in these next like couple months, I'll have them coming out and stuff slowly. Keep wanting to cast some of it. Slowly, I'm gonna start releasing them. But you know, if everything comes out right, because it's always a process. You know, back then I used to think it was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just record it and there you go, boom. But now it's just like more. It's
More
gotta
serious?
yeah, it's more serious. So it's gotta sound better. The quality's gotta be more professional. It's gotta be more, you know, so things like that. But,
Yeah, you have to
it's fun
take your time to perfect it.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure. Because I mean, I'm not the only artist, you know, like there's also like the producer, the person that makes the beat. He's also an artist and he wants his sound to sound real good. Just as much as I want my sound to sound good, but like, you know, those are multiple artists on one song, you know, and we have to kind of figure out what's the best, you know, what sounds the best. So
Where does your stage name originate from?
I got it. Okay, so like in high school, I was watching a lot of Donnie Darko. That's a movie. I don't know if y'all have seen it or not, but it's a really good movie. And so yeah, that's where Donnie came from. I was like, oh man, I kind of related to the main character. And then the Waters kind of came from. And next thing you know, I told that to one of my homies, and from there, like everyone was calling me Donnie, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, cool, it works. And then the Waters comes from like this other musician named Muddy Waters. And he was inspiring me and helping me, like, you know, like kind of like through the process as well, just listening to his music and kind of understanding, you know, the music and myself a lot more. So I just kind of put two different artist names together that I kind of really love, you know.
That's
Have you
interesting.
ever been recognized in public?
You say what? Recognized in public? Yeah. Yeah, that's really weird, but it's really it's kind of cool, you know. Like it's weird because I don't really like to be like, you know, well, I don't really like because I get kind of, you know, like I don't know, I get kind of like I get shy or something, like I don't know how to explain it. It's just weird, you know, but it's cool. It's cool because like, you know, people is recognizing you and like some people you don't know that are recognizing you, which is like, wow, like there's someone listening, you know, like that's kind of tight. Like it's, you know, so it's a little bit of both, but I mean, yeah, it's happened a couple of times for sure. Not it don't happen all the time, but it happens for sure. Especially like in Long Beach when like if I'm at the mall or if I'm at like, Target or something like that, like they'll be like, "Oh, hey, you're Donnie," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, what's up?" You know, it happens.
Who would you say that your music is like audience for? Like age group or
I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out. I'm gonna give it a bucket to you. I've been trying to figure it out. I have no idea. I mean, I just kind of make it for whoever feels it. Really, I don't really like think of a set audience. It just I just go based off of whatever I'm feeling. But I don't know. I don't know. However it comes out.
which artist would you say you're most like? I know that some artists, like upcoming artists or something, they'll be like, "Oh, he sounds like a mix of like J. Cole and Kendrick or something." Who would you say?
I don't. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard to say. But I've had like multiple responses to that too. Like as far as like people have told me, "Oh, you sound like this," or "You sound like that," and I'm just kind of like, well, all of it is cool. Because all the artists they've mentioned is started like because I've gotten like Kendrick, I've gotten Cole, I've gotten like at one point Joey Badass, I've gotten I've gotten like multiple artists in different from different people. So I don't know. I really don't know.
What is your dream collab?
My dream collab would be I don't know, probably something with J. Cole or Kendrick. Probably something with J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar. I would say Andre 3000 from Outkast, but I feel like he played such a big role in my life, like as far as like me listening to him and like me being so influenced by him, that like if I was to like make something with him, I'd probably be like too, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to create. I'd be, like it's like one of those like, oh, you just met your celebrity, like idol or whatever. I don't think I'd want. I don't know. Probably wouldn't want to.
Have you been signed yet, or are you still independent?
No, I'm still independent. Which I think I'm gonna keep it like that for a minute. I'm not too sure. I'm still like going back and forth with my team and stuff, but I kind of want to stay independent and just kind of keep growing my fan base because when you sign, it gets a little more complicated. Obviously, it's a lot more politics and stuff like that within the companies and stuff. So I don't know. I guess it really just depends on what I'm signing or what the deal sounds like.
Do you think it's like easier to be independent, or would you rather be signed by one?
I honestly I think it's easier to be signed because I mean a lot of like because I don't know, I feel like they'll probably help you more. And as far as like being independent, you really have to kind of like do everything like from scratch. You got to lay out your own blueprint. You got to make out your own campaign. You got to put your own money into it. Like it's way more difficult being independent, but I think it's also more rewarding, at the end of the day, because I mean, you just did that all on your own type of, vibe. So it's more rewarding, but it's a lot more difficult and a lot more stressful. So,
Do you record everything like at a studio, or do you do everything like at home?
Yeah, I record everything at a studio, which I'm happy about. I remember back then, like when I first started and stuff like that, I would record in my mom's garage. God, that was rough. That was rough as it. But yeah, so I record at the studio now. So I came along. I feel like I came a long way, even though it's like small steps and stuff like that. It's like slow progress is better than no progress, So yeah, came a long way from that garage. but I mean, that just goes to show how much I really cared and how much I, you know, like I wanted this, you know,
Yeah.
like I was willing to start anywhere. And I mean, I think that's really important as far as like whatever you're trying to do. You should, I mean, you should be willing to start anywhere and just get it from scratch.
How does it feel to represent Long Beach?
You say what?
I said, how does it feel to represent Long Beach?
Oh, it's tight. Yeah, I love Long Beach, and you know, like it's always like Long Beach people have this sort of like pride, or like, you know, they're so proudful of being from Long Beach. I mean, you see me with the hat and stuff like that, and like you see millions, like a lot of us and stuff out here, like with hats or like clothes, and like repping hard. So it's tight. I love it. You know.
What do you want, like, your audience or like your fan base to gain from your music? Like, when they're done listening to your music, what do you want them to like feel?
I don't know. I want them to feel like a roller coaster of emotions, but like, you know, I want them to just relate. I want to help them kind of like I mentioned earlier. You know how like Kid Cudi helped me, you know, help me relate to him in a certain aspect. Like that's kind of what I want. You know, I want people to relate and feel like, okay, you know, this happens. This is life. You know, it can happen to anyone. So I don't know. That's kind of what I want. I mean,
What? Sorry. You go.
Okay. Do you think you'd pursue like other genres of music?
yeah, I would love to. Like, I'd love to be like in a band or something like that. That'd be hard. I think that'd be so dope. But it's also like that's a whole different like world that you know I'll probably get into later on and stuff. Like, you know, it just. But yeah, I'd love to be like a part of a band. You know.
Where do you see yourself like in the future? Do you see yourself getting bigger or wanting to do
Mhm.
something?
Yeah, nah. I see myself. Well, I mean, I see myself kind of like, you know, my fan base growing. Um, as far as how big it's gonna grow, I really don't know. I mean, I pray it grows as big as it gets, as big as it can. You know, I can't really say much for that, but yeah, I just hope it keeps growing. It keeps going, and like more people will discover me, and ultimately kind of feel the way, you know, like that, you know, a strong way about my music. Hopefully, so.
Do you have advice for artists that are starting young or also want to
Um,
be in the same field as you?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to strategize you know what you're making. Like think about how you're gonna go about, you know, releasing, or how, you know, how you feel about it. If you really love what you're doing, you know, you should you should uh you should go all in. Don't just like halfway. You know, don't do it halfway. Do it all in. Like, you know, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's about how you feel. And sometimes when you go like when you have like one foot in and one foot out, your product doesn't come out the same way. It's, you know, whatever and that could be anything. Like, you know, like my sister's into fashion and stuff like that, but like I noticed that she's fully in like, you know, in fashion. Like she's not just halfway, you know, and like so I constantly see her working at it. I constantly see her, you know, just trying to grow that craft. I think that's what people should do, you know, because at the end of the day, everyone's gonna always have an opinion, and everyone's always gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't do this, or you should try to this, or you should, you know what I mean? Like that's gonna be, you know, that's never gonna leave. I feel until you know you get in a position where you could show them otherwise. But, yeah. That's about it. I don't have I don't have any inspiring words.
I think that's good. I think that's good.
Yeah. Where do you think you'd be right now without music?
Dang, I don't know, man. Like, I'd be lost. Honestly, I feel like I'd be lost. Like, I went to college and stuff like that. Like, I went to LBCC, and then I transferred over to Cal State Long Beach, and I was doing English literature and creative writing. That was my degree. That's what I got my degrees in. And but that's just like at the end of the day, like that's something that was, you know, I thought was like, okay, I like it. I like literature. I like writing. That's cool. But it's not something I really wanted. So once I graduated, I started focusing like I put all my like 100% into the music, And if I didn't have the music, I feel like I'd just kind of be settling, you know. I'd be settling and just kind of lost, like just trying to figure out like, what am I gonna do with this degree, or what am I gonna do with, what am I gonna do next, And I noticed that happens to a lot of students and stuff like that. They'll graduate, they're like, okay, what am I gonna do next? So I don't know. I guess I'm kind of lucky that I found something that I really love, you know. But yeah, I don't know.
Was your daughter a strong source of motivation for you?
Yeah, definitely. She's yeah, she kind of like she helped me take it to the next level. Um, she helped me think about it in a more business aspect, help me, really try to, gain more from making music as opposed to like back then when I was younger and just having fun with it. Now, I have fun with it, but I'm also thinking about like, the outcome of it and, how I can gain more, so I can start providing through the music, for my family and stuff like that. But yeah, so she's a big inspiration. And you can even hear it through like the music too and the songs and stuff. I'll mention her, or because it's beautiful. That's why it's tight. Any more
How,
questions? Yeah, good.
how would you say that your culture helps guide you, like your lyrics, and does it affect like your persona?
Mm, you said my culture.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's I love like back then. So like I'm gonna just speak about like my Mexican culture side. Like back then I was kind of like, oh, I don't want to put like no Spanish in it, or I didn't really want to, because I was still kind of discovering myself. I was trying to figure out what I, like essentially who I was and who I wanted like to like present to people. So back then I was like, oh no, I don't want to do too much Latino stuff because you know I'm not gonna be respected or appreciated as like a real rapper, because not like the rappers that we know aren't really like, they don't really do too much Spanish. It's not till now that they're like that the Latin side of things are coming out into music a lot more. So, but yeah, so like I'm saying, like so now I got to a place. I think once I had my baby and stuff like that, I got to a place where I was like, man, all right, I'm gonna just do it how I want to do it, whatever feels good. And then I started incorporating my Latin roots into it. I started doing some lines in Spanish. I started doing choruses in Spanish. So I started I started involving it more because I just felt like, okay, like at the end of the day, this is who I am. And this is who I should represent. Regardless of anything. So that kind of
Are you a fluent Spanish speaker?
yeah, I would say so. I sound kind of like choppy in Spanish, I guess. Like they'll probably laugh at me in Mexico, but I speak it. I speak it pretty well. I understand it, of course, like a lot completely, but like I can speak it well and read and write, like here and there. But are you a Spanish? Are you a fluent Spanish speaker?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Mm.
Is that all the questions? Do we have any more?
I have another question.
Yeah.
How has, with everything going on right now, how has like the pandemic sort of like affected your music?
hmm it's made it a little difficult as far as like like strategizing when to release music, excuse me, when to release music and when to like release content. Also it's like kind of held back on like like shows and stuff like that, like performing at like events and stuff like that. Like I can't really do that right now because of the pandemic. So yeah, it's a little difficult because I mean essentially I don't want to just like release a song in the middle of something crazy going on, that's kind of like random. It'd be people, like, so and that's what I mean by strategizing, like when to release what, you know. But regardless though, like with the pandemic going on, it's like, it's been okay though, not too bad because I get to focus more. I get to stay, I get to work more and, I don't have that many distractions, I don't need to go out. I don't need to do nothing, like, I stay focused. So. So it's helped and it hasn't at the same time. Mhm. How do you guys feel about the pandemic? You guys hate it?
We hate it.
Yeah,
How's the Zoom classes?
just because it's cool and stuff. So it takes away
It's our
from.
senior year, so it could have been better.
Dang, man, that's crazy. So, yo, dang. So okay. So there's not gonna be prom, huh?
Probably
Yeah.
not.
Hope so, baby.
No.
She said she was mad, but he was like, no.
I
It's not
know.
gonna-
I mean, I think being alone with like our thoughts has kind of helped us learn like who we are, in a way.
Yeah, right. That's true though. That's a good, yeah, because you get to reflect on yourself a lot while you're, yeah.
We just have so
That's
much
very,
time on our hands.
yeah. I could imagine. That's kind of. They're not gonna like substitute anything for your prom or anything like that. They're not gonna try to do something different or like,
No.
you know what I
Mm.
mean? No.
Because last year, the class of last year also didn't have prom,
Oh, I see.
and they didn't get anything. So
That kind of sucks, man. That's how it is, man. That's life, though. I'm
I
telling you,
have a
even at work,
question for
even at
you.
work. What happened?
Have you ever gone to perform at Jordan? Because I know they have people. They used to have people during the rallies going.
Oh, no, I haven't. This is the first time I even like really, reached out or like, like had contact with Jordan since high school for me. And I graduated 2011, so it's been like what 9 years, 8 years. So it's like the first time I actually had any contact with Jordan since then. But yeah, I didn't realize they was doing that during the rallies. That'd be dope. That'd be dope to do. I'm gonna hit Michelle up. I'm gonna be like, Michelle, what's up?
who performed that was well known the other time?
The guy that's Gold Crew, something like that. He sings. I'm not gonna sing it. Forget the name.
Okay. When I was there, they had I think Tyga. They had said he was gonna go perform. So my little sister was like, "Oh, I want to go see Tyga. I don't know what." I think this is this is 2011. He never showed up, man. I can't believe it. He never showed up. But still, it was during a basketball game too. Whatever, Power 106 was there, and yeah. So Tyga was supposed to go. He didn't go.
Oh, the guy who
That's
went
about
was
it.
named Crew, and the song was Gold Link.
What? Y'all had Go Link up there? That's crazy. Yeah, that's a really good song.
Oh, his name is.
Cause,
He's Gold Link. I said the song. I'm sorry.
yeah, I know. That's really dope. He has a good song. You guys like this song? Have you guys heard the song?
Yeah. Can
It's a
you
really
sing
good
us a
song.
little bit of rap?
No, you crazy. What it look like? You gonna
Should
put
be
me on
on the
blast like
exclusive.
that? Y'all can't do me like that. I'm too embarrassed. I'm too embarrassed.
Would you say you're since we're talking about like rapping, would you say that freestyle is like something you're good at?
No. Surprisingly, I'm not really good at freestyling, honestly. Like, yeah, I mess around like with my friends and stuff like that, but no, I'm not too good. It's really difficult actually. So whoever is really good at freestyling, like, kudos to them. But like everything like I do is either written or has been written, or it's like some things that I remember. And which I mean, from what I've noticed, like a lot of artists, same thing. Like you can hear, well, since I'm like behind the curtains and I kind of see, and like my ears a little like more involved with music. So like I like when artists like do like their freestyles on their interviews and stuff like that. I can tell when it is a freestyle and when it isn't. Like when it's like been written, it's like you could just hear. Yeah, you for sure could hear it through like through the way they're delivering it. But there's only few artists that I know that could really freestyle, like, and it's but I don't know. It's difficult. I'm more of a writer, I think. I don't maybe. Who knows?
Who would you say are your 3 top artists?
3 top artists. 3 top artists of all time, or like right now.
Yeah, it could be of all time.
Of all time, I'd say I'd say Nas, Andre 3000, and Method Man. Those three artists are like, which I'm pretty sure you guys don't know. A couple of them, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, those three artists they're kind of older now and stuff. But like for now, I love like Kendrick Lamar, J Cole, and there's this guy from Compton. His name is Boogie. I really, I really, I really, I really like his music too. So.
A Boogie?
Nah, not A Boogie with the hoodie. He's from New York. No, this is a different dude. He's barely coming up. He's barely well, actually, he's not barely coming up. He already got a good fan base and everything. But yeah, it's just Boogie, West Side Boogie, I think, something like that. But he's probably on my top. It's really good. Yeah, I probably like him too. So, but yeah, that's probably my recent. Why? Who's your top? I need to hear y'all top artists. Who's your top 3 artists like that y'all listen to regularly? It could be any genre, I guess too. It doesn't matter.
I listen to everything, like, and female artists. I'd say
Mm-hmm.
my favorite rapper right now is. Have you heard of Polo G?
Polo G, yeah, I've heard of him. I've never heard the music though. Yeah, but I know who you're talking about. Okay, Polo G.
And then for like female artists, I love SZA. I've heard of her.
SZA. Oh yeah, I love SZA too.
Yeah.
I love SZA. That's good. That's right.
I'm
What about
alternative?
What are some female rappers you like?
Huh?
What are some female rappers you like?
I love Rhapsody. She's like a y'all heard of Rhapsody? I think she's
Yeah,
from
I've heard of
she's
her.
yeah, she's really good. I love her. I like SZA, but she's not a rapper, but you know,
Yeah.
I still like SZA a lot. Galiuti, she's tight too. I really like Galiuti. And
Doesn't want to say fire.
yeah, yeah, she's fire. So no, yeah, those are probably 3. Let me see who else. Yeah, that's it. Cardi B, I guess. I don't know. She's cool. It's kind of more radio-y, but I like.
Yeah.
I think she's funny though. She's really tight. Like her character's kind of cool. She's a little ghetto mama. I like it.
In a way, Kelly is kind of similar to you because she did start up like from scratch.
Yeah, you see, there you go. I didn't even know that actually. That's kind of
Yeah, she had a lot of albums that didn't even hit, but she had a few.
a few that did. Yeah,
Out there.
that's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like her. She's tight.
Do you consider yourself self-made?
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. Cause I mean, I know like even when I was like doing like this rap stuff in the beginning with like a group of friends that was from high school and stuff, even then like when they stopped doing it, I still kept going. I still kept going all by myself. You know, at one point I had to do it alone. You know, and I had to just kind of figure out outlets. I started linking up with other people, and you know, but it's all been for sure my own like drive, my own want, my own. You know what I mean? Like me just doing it. So it's like yeah, it's self-made for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, you didn't let their own you didn't let them.
Yeah, I didn't let them. No, I know what you're saying. I didn't let them like them stop me. You know what I mean? That's true.
Yeah.
That's what yeah. Because that tends to happen. Like back then, I used to skateboard. Like you know, when I had like a 9th grade, 10th grade, like I was skateboarding and stuff, right? And we would all skateboard. But then you know, once someone stopped, I was just kind of like, all right, I guess I'm, you know, I'm not really feeling
You
it
didn't
too much.
depend to be on the same page as them. You kept going.
Yeah, that's what you wanted to say. There you go. You got it off. She was like, I have to make up for it. I have to make
I
up
had
for it.
to process my words.
No, yeah, that's right.
You said
Yeah,
skateboarding?
definitely.
Is that another one of your hobbies?
Yeah, that's more of a hobby though. That's like, you know, that's something, you know, but I don't really do it no more that much because, you know, I have like different responsibilities that I have to put, you know what I mean? I got my daughter, I got work, and I got music. That's already a lot. You know, that's like, you could only fit so much in 24 hours. So I don't really skateboard like that too much. But back then I did, and, you know, but I stopped that because, you know, it just wasn't, you know, I wasn't driven the same way I'm driven with the music, you know?
So you do something else besides music?
No, not no more.
No.
Hang out with my daughter. I don't know. Like that's it. Work. I work and hang out with my daughter and music.
Can you do a
I know it
kickflip?
sounds boring. Yeah, dude. I could. I definitely could. That's not. I wasn't. It was not like I was bad. I wasn't bad either. In skateboarding. I just didn't have the same thing. Like obviously, I didn't love it as much, or like I didn't want it as much because if my friend stopped and then later on I kind of stopped, that just goes to show that I didn't. It wasn't something that I really completely loved to do.
Feel like your
But yeah,
passion for music was much stronger?
yeah, that's all it is. That passion. It was just stronger. So, but yeah, I could kick flip. So, like I go to the park. Like I'm like I used to skate at the skate park right here next to Jordan a lot. And sometimes I'll go. And say what's up to like my friends there and stuff like that. So
Did people
pretty sure
recognize
y'all know.
the park?
Yeah, for sure. Like I would say so. Like they all kind of know. We all kind of know each other up there, anyways. You know what I mean? Like so it's like, but like yeah, like some kids from Jordan or something like that, they'll know me. Like if they go to the park and stuff like that. Y'all probably have friends that go to the park to skate or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see? I don't know. They might know me. They might not. Who knows? I don't even know nowadays. But yeah.
Before you mentioned something about discovering yourself, would you say now you've like discovered yourself, or you still have like a lot to?
Yeah, I definitely feel like now I discovered myself, but I for sure have like a lot of like growing to do. I gotta learn a lot more, because it's still like a lot. I feel like you're always constantly gonna be learning about yourself. Like it's gonna be forever. Like it's just like a ongoing process. But yeah, I feel like now I'm more like concentrated. I understand like a lot more, and I focus more, and that helped me kind of like understand myself. I learned a lot about myself these last couple of years, especially like with my daughter. She's kind of like a mirror of me. So like, she kind of teaches me a lot without even really saying much, but just her actions and stuff like that. I just kind of see like, like that's kind of like me, and makes me self-reflect a lot. But I think that's gonna be forever though. I'm gonna always keep like growing. I think that's what we should always do, anyways. Not to sound self-righteous or whatever, but yeah, that's just it.
Do you mind being approached in person?
Nah, not really. I mean, I guess it really depends on who it is. No, I'm not. I don't really mind. Like I've had people approach me. I don't really care much. Yeah, it's not a problem. I'm never. It's not like I'm not an a-hole or whatever. About things either. Like so. Yeah, I don't mind. I've had people like approach me like when I'm at the coffee shop. I'm at the coffee shop right now. But, like I've been at the coffee shop and writing and stuff, and I've had people approach me, and that's cool. It's not not too different.
What coffee shop are you at?
I can't tell you that. Now I'm right here one at Big in Bixby Knolls.
The Merchant?
Nah, it's like a little one. It's a little mom and pop shop.
Mm.
It's because you can't really go in. Like, so I used to go to the Starbucks right here in the north side, and then but they don't let you in anymore.
Oh no.
So I can't be inside writing or nothing like that. And at this little mom and pop shop, like they have like a little outside like patio type thing that like I could sit at. What happened?
Have you ever like doubted yourself like throughout the whole process? Like say, oh no,
Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore. It's not.
Yeah, I for sure have. And still sometimes like when I make a song or something like that, like I'll be like, I don't know about this, I don't know about that, and then I think that's like always that's gonna be like it's gonna always be there to a certain extent. It just really depends on how you deal with it. Like me, I just kind of like let it be whatever. Like I just push it to the side. I push it to the side and it's like I'm gonna just do it. Like but I also don't doubt myself in like like if I'm doing something and I know I'm not good at it, like I'm not gonna lie to myself and act like, oh, I'm good at it, or like I'm really, what I mean? Like, so like, yeah, like I know like with music, I know I'm cool at it. I could get busy and stuff. And so, Like that's fine there. But like if I'm doing something else, if I'm like playing, like say I'm playing an instrument like a guitar or something, and it's not really good, and I know it's not good, but I'm like lying to myself. I'm like, oh no, it's good. That's not right, you know. But yeah, I doubt myself. I doubt myself sometimes. But I like over the years, I think I got older. I just kind of started cutting it out a little bit. I started like pushing it to the side or pushing it to the to the back, because that oftentimes people doubt themselves, and it stops them from doing, from like, it stops them from actually putting out stuff, putting out the word. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that could hold you back, because you need to put your work out, because you need to know where you stand. You need to know how good it is, like, because other people's opinions, even though they don't matter, at the end of the day though, like some of those critiques are going to help you. So, but yeah, so I doubt myself, but not that much anymore. That's why, like, I love, like,
Were there any people that doubted you in the beginning, like, oh nah, like you should, like this isn't it?
Not particularly, like, not like to me, like, besides, like, my dad or something like that, he'll probably be like, nah, you need to do something else, you need to stop messing around. He thought it was playing, but no, not directly. Like, I would hear, like, like this, that, or like so and so said this behind your back or stuff like that, like little stupid stuff like that, but never directly. And like, and obviously you kind of feel bad, like when someone says, like, you hear stuff like that, you kind of feel bad, but
yeah,
but at one point I was just
but doesn't that make you work a little harder?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it kind of yeah, to prove people wrong, for sure. That's something Michael Jordan did. Like, he was always like, he would thrive off of bad commentary like that, or I think it's really important to do that though. So yeah, I had people. I heard a couple things, and they probably don't know that I heard these things, but whatever. And it's funny though, because like, so like years back when I heard these things, like I was like, oh damn, that's kind of sucks. Like I thought he was like, I thought he was cool. And then next thing you know, years later, they're now they like it, or now they're like sending me messages, and now it's just kind of like, I'm like, what? Yeah.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden, yeah. Like, and I think that's just gonna be with everything. Yeah. I should say that, huh? And get petty. Oh, that's too petty, though. I don't want to do that. Like, I let it go. And because at the end of the day, though, like, I mean, if it's not in front of your face, if it's not said in front of your face, like, what does it matter? Like, obviously they're too scared to say it in front of your face. So it's like, it don't really matter, because you don't want to give that type of attention any attention. I mean, that type of thing any attention. You know what I mean?
And grudges don't do any good anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's like negative energy. You don't need to feed into that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Support. How were you with support when it came to your family?
Like my mom really supported, what I wanted to do. She was always like, she had my back and stuff like that. My dad, not really though, because he's more of the realistic type that's just like, oh, you shouldn't be doing something like that, this, that, and the third, I don't know what. And, just a typical, macho stuff, like, nah, you need to be working, you need to be doing this, you need to. So, but my sister and my little sister, she's into fashion, like, she's in school for fashion and everything like that, so she's very supportive about it. My other siblings, they're pretty cool about it too. They're supportive. The people, like, surprisingly, a lot of people have been supportive and have been, like, showing me love and stuff like that. So, and I guess that's the thing. Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was saying, I feel like that also goes with, like, the whole, like, being Hispanic is kind of like seen for you to go about a different route than something like that's out of the box. Well, that not much people like pursue.
Right. Yeah. No, that's for sure too. Like, in our culture, that happens a lot. They want us to do something that's going to produce money, that's going to help us live. So so that's why it's like, I don't know. And I noticed that. Yeah,
It's
I
like, oh,
mean,
you tell them you want to do something, they're like, oh, why don't you do this? They make a lot of money, or
oh
you
my
know,
God, that's annoying, huh? I hate
yeah.
that. I hate that. I
Like,
hated
yeah,
that.
I want
Yeah,
to do
like,
that.
and they still sometimes to this day, my dad would still do that. He'd be like, why don't you go into this? And I'm like, what? I'm after all these
Good
years, you're still
dream.
doing this? Like, so yeah, who knows, man? Like it gets annoying, but I just kind of I don't know. I let them speak their piece. You know, they want to get involved somehow. I don't know. And and like it's funny though because at random moments, like it's like very rare, but like my dad will be like, he'll ask me something about my music, or like he'll show some interest, and that's
Yeah,
kind of cool though because it shows that he's trying to like okay, boys, it's that like he's trying to
yeah,
like
Maybe
accommodate how he feels.
accepting.
Yeah, he's trying to accept it. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's pretty cool to see. He's like growing a little bit. It's hard for them though, I guess, because they're older. They're already like it's hard to like unlearn and learn new things when you're
yeah.
older, when you're like a lot older. So
Or they'll
um,
want you to like take advantage of like the school opportunities that we have.
yeah, and also they want to have you take advantage of the opportunities that we got. So it's like, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I'm just going. I just tell them like, man, like y'all sacrificed all of this so I could have the opportunity to pursue what I like to do, pursue
Yeah,
something I love to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like you gave me the space to do these type of things. You know what I mean? Like under any
yeah.
other circumstance, it'd probably be really difficult to try to pursue what I'm pursuing now. Like, so it's like,
Mhm.
It's just a
I'm,
really big expectation they have.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Especially like when you're in high school or like you're about to graduate and then they're for sure expecting you to go to college and all this and everything. So it's like,
And like know what you want to do.
right, yeah. I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult. It's a lot of pressure too. And oftentimes, like I remember, like when I was in high school, I'd be like, "Man, it's a lot of pressure. You can't be telling me to do this and that and I don't know what." And he'd be like, they'll kind of undermine it by being like, "Oh, you don't know nothing about pressure. You don't know nothing about stress, this, that, and the third." And it's just kind of like, "Come on,
Or
like,
like, what are you so stressed about? How do you have this?
yeah,
I wanted to ask if you like ever tried to like go big on a different app like Instagram or in TikTok now.
Oh,
man." I'm trying to learn TikTok. It's kind of I don't know. Like I know it's probably easy for you, but like I do have a TikTok and I do like like post here and there, but it's just like I don't know. I'm trying to really get used to like okay, when to post, what posts like go, what go. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole different ballgame. Like I know Instagram and I don't really know. And I got Twitter and stuff, but I don't really know TikTok too well. I'm like
on
new. I'm a little
TikTok, you can start a whole career overnight.
facts. That's what
Yeah.
they've been telling me, and I'm just like, what? Yes. And these people be making a lot of money too. I'm like, yo, what? How y'all doing this? And it'd be
And
the
like you get
dumbest thing.
sponsored.
Sometimes it'd be the dumbest thing. Yeah, you get sponsors for sure. Yeah. It's a weird thing though. Like on TikTok, it's like some videos are like really cool and like funny, but some are just very cringe and it's just like kind of weird. Like,
Yeah.
what? So I don't know, but TikTok is cool. It's funny.
I feel like a lot of people blow up or like get well known because of TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lil Nas X.
Who?
Yeah, he blew up.
Lil Nas X. The
Oh
Old
yeah,
Town
yeah,
Road.
that little. Yeah.
Yeah, he blew up on there. Like that's
No, didn't he blow up on? Didn't he blow up before that? Before TikTok?
like it kind of like expanded his.
Oh, expanded his audience. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. No, yeah, I think TikTok for sure is like that new. It's gonna be the new one.
Thank you guys so much for listening and viewing our podcast. Thank you so much, Donnie. I wanted to ask Donnie, where could we find your music if anybody wants to listen?
You can find it on iTunes, on Apple Music, on Spotify, on YouTube, everywhere. I got it up everywhere on all platforms.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Panther Pod. Thank you, Donnie. We hope you have a great day.
Thank you for
Thank
being
y'all.
here.
I appreciate it. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good rest of your year, huh?
Likewise.
Bye.
Bye.
what everything is being spent on because that's where my passion is.
You thought it was too much
I don't
competition?
think I can. No, it wasn't.
Research, which teaches you basically how to rate.
Social and the service aspect of the club, right? So are they like
Get longer, and they're in mainstream.
Started working with him, doing his strength.